Hey everyone, hello Soul Tribe. Happy Saturday, and I promised that I was going to do more walk and talk vlogs. Walk and talk, so I'm on my walk. The wind feels beautiful. So listen, I'm going to start with a disclaimer. You know how I do the Heaven on Earth podcast, and usually how I do it is I talk about Earth more. I talk about using tools and psychological support groups and how to live on planet Earth. Well, today's vlog is going to be from the heaven part all the way down to Earth. I will touch Earth, but I'm going to start with spirituality. So fasten your seatbelts. And for me, spirituality means everything that is divine and invisible, but that supports us and that we can feel. So whether that means the quantum field, whether that means God universe, whether that means angelic frequencies, whether that means, whatever that means to you, energetics for empaths and highly sensitives out there, the idea that the things that we can't see, but we know exist, and sometimes they're supportive, sometimes they're not. Thought forms, the way that we think, we can't see thoughts, but they rule our day. They rule our planet. They rule our belief systems because thoughts become beliefs. So that's just a quick description of what I believe is spirituality. So let's jump right in. Usually on my walks, I get all sorts of downloads, and today I'm going to talk about how God universe, how the divine invisible needs us. We usually think of the fact that we need the divine invisible, that we need help, without realizing that it's a relationship we've got going. That it's a mutual relationship that we've got going, right? I was going to cross the street, but I know people think I'm weird. I'm talking as I'm walking here. Okay, so we have a relationship where we need the divine invisible, and the divine invisible needs us. So what do I mean by that? And I just went through the last 5 years, and a lot of you have too, where I felt like I was being tested, but we're really not being tested. And I thought of the word testimonial. It's more that we are tested into transformation. We're here to transform. That some of the things that we experience on planet Earth, this life school, I want to invite you to think of it that way. That, how we go from grade to grade to grade, or when we get our master's, we gotta study and pass the exam. It's like that. Anytime we're up leveling, we hit harder obstacles that we have to go through. And instead of thinking that something's being done to us, look at it as the opportunity, the invitation to up level. And at those moments of up leveling, it gets turbulent, it gets hard, and we have a choice. I have a client who, I think it's her 6th time taking the bar. She's not from the United States. She is a Spanish speaker originally, and kudos to her, right? Because the bar is difficult for Americans who speak English as their native language, and she just keeps going. She just keeps getting coaches, doing all the earth stuff. Coaches, studies, buys software. She just keeps going. She gets an English teacher to help her. Amazing. Same idea for us developmentally as humans, for us as humanity. But let's stay with humans right now. So the idea here is that all of our stuff is to provide us with transformation testimonials. Transformation testimonials. And why does the divine need us? Because the divine is invisible. Because the divine is spirit. The divine needs us as matter because we are embodied. We are in bodies. We have hands and feet. It's getting a little noisier here. Because we have hands and feet and we taste and we have all the physical senses to live on planet Earth. This is where we're embodied, and we must be embodied to live on planet Earth. We have to do the divine invisible's work here. Now listen, there are thought forms that are negative, that are defeatist, that are oppressive. And so think of it like this. It's really beautiful. I'm going to cross the street, so come with me as I'm crossing the street. Think of it like this. And this is really like, if this vlog isn't for you, if you're not into spirituality, go ahead and turn it off. If you are, stick with me. If we are here to help, to be in relationship with the divine spirit, with higher consciousness, with angelic frequencies, if we are here to do the work because we are embodied, because we have the suits, the body suits to do it, can you see that if we're unfocused, distracted, weakened by addictions, weakened by compulsions, right? If we are of divided minds, all the psychological themes, if we live in fear all the time, right? And who's to blame us? This is a terrifying place. Because part of coming to the Earth Life School is that it's scary. Earth life is scary. Because we are embodied, we can be hurt. Our bodies can be hurt. So it's scary. So part of the transformation testimonials is that we gain more courage. Is that we learn to have belief systems that keeps us reaching for higher. And this is where the heaven on earth part comes in, right? My favorite Buddha image is the one where it's reaching for the sky, but touching the earth. It's both. It's heaven on earth. So we have to keep reaching for our higher selves, my love, in order for us to do the work for the divine invisible. And so what you see happening on planet Earth is that it's almost like a struggle. I don't want to call it a battle. A struggle between what belief systems, what paradigms, what thought forms we are going to allow to grow in our minds. So if we keep reaching for helping us survive, for example, as a species, motorcycles passing by. If we keep reaching for that thought form through the form of care, of love, of self-compassion, of self-love, if we use all the earthly tools to get us there, to get us to a point of loving ourselves, because once we know how to really love ourselves, we're much, much, much better lovers to others, right? All the psycho-spiritual concepts that you know, the psychological concepts, right? Because the idea of becoming peaceful inside of ourselves, whether that be through earthly tools, like therapy, like support groups, like self-help, all of that. Plant medicine, spirituality, spiritual communities. It's because the idea is, how do we disentangle all the belief systems that we've got going? For example, some thought forms are racist, some thought forms are sexist, some thought forms really believe that some groups are superior to others. Some thought forms believe and have belief systems and paradigms, pretty rigid ones, that involve the use and abuse of children, for real, right? I write about that all the time. All my deep dives are in my book, are on my podcast, are on my vlog series. But today I want to invite you, like, this is why going through our hard times, facing our obstacles is so important, because it provides us, not with tests, although it might feel like tests, provides us with transformation, testimonials, right? Testimonials, where we're sharing with others how we overcame the obstacle, right? How we took the bar, what we used, how we got over the wall, how we helped each other get over the wall, how we overcame the addictions, right? That's what we're here to do. Because as you know, how, you know, like, you want to make a little child feel really confident and have a lot of self-esteem, you've got to give that child I did it moments. I did it moments. It's not so much that you praise the child, but you give the child opportunities to feel like they did it. And if you've ever seen, you know, have you ever ran a marathon or even a 10K, or you pass that exam, you're like, I did it. I did it. And it builds self-esteem, but not only self-esteem, it builds courage. Courage. And we are here on planet Earth. We're here to build our courage and to help others be courageous. Why? Because God, universe, needs us. We need God, universe, yes. We need the divine invisible, yes. We need help from the angels, yes, to help us find ways of believing in ourselves. And in my case, what I believe is the belief in humanity. My friend Amanda Flaker, co-author, says humanity wins. I believe that humanity wins. And so just think that every thought form becomes a belief if you think it for enough time, and those become paradigms, and paradigms rule planet Earth. And so if we have so low self-worth, if we're too sheltered, if we're really distracted and weakened by addictions, if we don't heal our trauma, because our trauma provides us with addictions as a coping tool, or codependence, right? Because I think I'm addicted to codependence. That's been coming up for me lately. I'm addicted to codependence, and trying to heal from it by using all the earthly tools. Then I become a vessel. You become a vessel that the divine invisible can use. These cool things. Sorry, just bumped into somebody. That the divine invisible can use here on planet Earth. We become the embodied vessel. And so my experience, or my download this morning as I was walking to where I was walking, was, oh, wait a minute. Listen to this. This is the most important part. I hope you've stuck with it to the end. Oh, that's why I've gone through every single thing I've gone through. All of it. Everything that wounded me. Everything that gave me more trauma. And how I used not only the divine invisible to help me, some nights on my knees praying, I used all the earthly tools to keep overcoming these life obstacles in life school. And the stronger I've gotten, the more focused, right? Laser focused on mission, on vision. The more courageous I've become, not fearless. I still get afraid. It's courageous. Courageous to speak out anyway, to do that thing anyway, to go for my dream anyway, to say I'm sorry, right? I become a vessel that can do that. And so not only can I be trusted by all the people around me, by other humans, to help them on this process, I can be trusted by the divine to do the work that needs to get done, especially in times like right now. So yeah, what a beautiful relationship. It's give and receive. It's mutual. And you hear it all the time. You know, the divine invisible is just waiting for us to ask for their help, for sure. Waiting. But also, they need us. They need us. They're asking for help too, so that we can do the work here on planet Earth, which is, it's tough. It's one of the toughest schools that, I mean, man, if you can keep up leveling on planet Earth, woo, there's nothing you can't do. Forget the masters and the PhDs. The planet Earth PhD, get a PhD on you. You're good to go. So, what are the takeaways? Courage, facing all of those things, the obstacles. Just think of it as like the life game for some of you, the life game, where you every time you need to up level, right? You have harder and harder obstacles. Why? Because we need to be trusted. Can you do it? Or are you going to be distracted and weakened by your suffering, your trauma, your addictions? And by the way, right, I'm a survivor of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm also a psychotherapist. And I've had severe abandonment, neglect, and betrayal wounds. So I'm not talking from a place where I'm above anyone. I'm talking from a place where I have crawled myself through some of the most painful human things, to be here talking to you from a heaven on earth standpoint. Okay, so yeah, we're needed and we need. I'll see you in the next vlog.